No, I feel a little bit like I did after the Air Force game on this one. There's some very positive things we can take from tonight's performance, especially on the offensive end. But some things we got to get better at as a team and as a program and as a group. So that's what this time of year is all about. It's about learning. It's about growing. It's about understanding your team and figuring out what you have to get better at. And, one of the things we've talked about in practice leading up into today was, we have a tendency sometimes, especially when you want to play fast and you want to play a high possession game, is you get into the trading baskets mode. And I thought in the end of the first half and the early part of the second half, and really the whole second half, we were in that trading baskets mode. And that's you can't put anybody away when you do that. The 3-point shot is a great equalizer in college basketball. Lipscomb, we knew they were a good 3-point shooting team when they came in here. And they proved that in the second half, 8 for 16. We didn't do a very good job of guarding the 3-ball, which we've done a pretty good job of up until this point this year. So we need to recognize that, learn from it, and get better at it.
Tad, obviously, 2 games in a row, you guys get big leads and let them back in. You talked the other day about the mentality of this team needs to they need to figure out how to keep that foot on the throat there.
Yeah, and again, the way it happens is by getting stops. I mean, I think we should have won this game 84-60 or 84-65. I mean, but we didn't, because we don't have the mentality of the defensive mindset that it's important, and it's also a recognition of who you're playing. We knew number 4, the Moran kid, he had 6 threes in one of their games. It was the last game or the game before last, but we know he's a shooter. Make him put it on the floor. We know number 32 is a great shooter. Got to make him put it on the floor, and we have to recognize those things as a team.
It's good to get Askia back on a little bit.
Yeah, I thought Askia played a good floor game tonight. He made simple plays. He let the game come to him. He didn't force the issue, and he had 7 assists and 3 turnovers and shot a decent percentage. So yeah, I thought Ski was great. Good to get him going. And again, consistency. And one of the things that's hard when you play 9 or 10 guys is, you want all 9 or 10 to play really, really well. But the reality of the situation is, usually you're going to have maybe 1 or 2 guys on given nights that aren't playing well, and that's what I have to recognize as a coach, and to reward the guys that are playing well, and the guys that aren't, hey, they're going to get another chance. I thought that lineup we had in there at the end of the first half had a great opportunity to show what they can do and what they're made of. And, we gave up, I think, a lot of points in the last 4 minutes of that first half. And I wasn't going to substitute. I wasn't going to, put certain guys back in the game. I wanted to say, hey, how can you handle this? Can you stem the tide and increase the lead, or is it going to go from 24 to 14? Went from 24 to 14. So, and the players on the court have to take ownership and have to take pride in that. And that's what I want every one of our players, when they come in the game, to understand, hey, this is my time. I don't have to do it all by myself, but I got to take enough pride in what we're doing out there and have enough energy and really hold each other accountable. It doesn't need to be the coach holding the players accountable. I think in great programs, you got players holding players accountable, and that's the point I'd like to get to.
20 assists as a team. Did you feel like they were playing with a different?
Yeah, I thought the positive that came out of this, we scored 84 points. We had 20 assists and on 27 baskets, I think it was. So yeah, you got 20 assists and you share the ball. You shoot 55%. I thought we want to play inside out. I thought our guys did a good job of looking to get the ball inside and attack inside. Got 40 points in the paint. That opened it up for some outside shooters as well. We had an idea that they'd play us quite a bit of zone, which they did. So yeah, I thought the positives were we shared the ball, we moved the ball, we had some really good offensive possessions, and I thought our mindset offensively was good. Defensively, it just wasn't quite there.
Is that the kind of better against 2-3 and 1-3-1 zones?
Yeah, I think we're a good zone offense team. I think tonight proved that. You know, we got a lot of our inside buckets off of against their zone. So we got the ball to the short corner, the dead area we call it. We got the ball to high post, and good things happen. We got to get a little bit better passing and catching. You know, there were some miscues there, but that's that's part of it in November. I understand that we got to complete those plays, but I thought, I have confidence if somebody zones us for 40 minutes, it doesn't bother me. I mean, we should be licking our chops. Usually, when a team is zoning you, unless you're playing Syracuse or the old Temple teams with John Chaney, where a zone is what they do and it's who they are. Usually, teams are playing you zone because they can't guard your man, and we have to understand that. And one of the reasons they can't guard his man is because our inside presence is pretty darn good. And they're trying to make us beat them with jump shots, which we're going to have to make some jump shots against zones, but we've got to play inside out, attack the paint, and then collapse the defense. Josh Scott caught it in the high post one time in the second half and made a great, pass fake to Wesley underneath the basket. It sucked the whole zone in, and he hit Xavier Talton on the wing for a wide open three. And that's just an example of getting the ball inside and getting good things.
Is that the kind of production you can expect on a consistent basis from Josh?
Well, it's we had a distinct size advantage. Josh is going to run up against bigger and more imposing front lines than what he did today. He knows that. Our team knows that. But the good thing is we recognize that's where our advantage was, and we exploited it. And Wyoming took Josh out of the game because they double teamed him every time he touched it. Lipscomb didn't do that tonight. So they did it at times. They doubled him, but not on a consistent basis. And so I think his production is going to be based a lot of times on how defenses are playing him. But if they play him with single coverage, man on man in the block, Josh's going to have a double-double. So he can score down there, get fouled. He's a good low post player.
Are you getting Wesley Gordon as many touches as you want to?
No, I want to get Wesley more involved, and he's such a good passer, and want him to be aggressive. So I'd like to get him some more touches in there as well. And Josh has a tendency to just kind of demand the ball and command the ball, and our guys look for him. And I think we need to do the same thing for Wesley, and maybe more on a consistent basis. So I'd like to get him more involved. But I thought he rebounded the ball well. Wesley's he's a good player. There's no doubt, and we're going to need him. Again, tonight's game was a little bit. They started a 6'5" center and a 6'8" four-man, and Wesley can guard on the perimeter, but a more traditional two-big lineup is going to suit them more defensively and offensively, quite honestly, than some of these games like today. We'll see that once we get into league play. Thanks, guys.